Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well after the festivities. So today I am here to talk about something that all of us want. It is not money, but it is as important as money. I'm going to talk about respect. So welcome to my channel, Evolve #21. Please do keep subscribing and sharing the content. Today I'm going to talk about how to command respect from your colleagues, friends, family members, anybody that you meet. Very important, isn't it? So let's go ahead. So how do you command respect? It is not something that is available in the market. You can't go and buy it. Neither can you snatch it or grab it from somebody, or neither can you hold it. You have to kind of respect me. No, that does not happen. Irrespective of your position, irrespective of how wealthy or rich you are, respect is somebody has to give you. It is something that has to be earned. So how do we earn that? We earn that with how we present ourselves. And primarily we present ourselves in two ways: the way we speak and our body language. So here I am going to talk about some tips as to how you can earn your respect from people by using the correct way of speaking and by using your body language correctly, right? So the first thing, it is called the authoritative arc. Now most of us think that if we could shout or if you could have a high vocal quality, we will be able to command respect. So, and we would speak like, last year our figures were wonderful, but this year we are going to do still better. Am I correct, my friends, my colleagues here? That does not mean that you have a tonal consistency. It only shows that you can shout. You have a lot of bass in your voice. So how should you speak? What is that authoritative way of speaking? So the same sentence could be spoken in a manner. Last year we had wonderful records, and this year we are going to do wonderfully well. We are going to do better than last year. And that is why, am I not correct, my friends, my colleagues here? So yes, you build it up and then you come down again before you end your speech. You never end your speech at a higher note. Next is the use of hand. The use of your hand is very important. If you look at these influencers, if you look at these motivational speakers, if you see these TED talkers talking, you will see that the usage of hand is very important. Now, why is the hand so important? Now, that is because if you're talking to an audience with an extension of an hand, if you extend your hand, you will reach out to your audience. You can use your hand to grab attention. Yeah, so even if your voice cannot grab attention, your hands will grab attention. So the use of hand is very important. You can use your hand very well when you are talking in a group. Now, how do we use our hand when we are talking in a group? Yes, how do we use our hands when we are in a group? So if we have to say something in a group when somebody else is talking, we'll use our hand. Yeah, the stop signal. The policeman uses it. Yes, we are all aware of this signal. So that means stop, hold it, hold your horses, hold it there. I have something to say. Just hold it. I have something. Maybe you're saying something incorrect. Yeah. Now, usage of hand is also very important when somebody tries to cut you off in the middle. So that happens so many times when you're saying something, and especially in a group discussion, or when you're having a meeting, join something, and somebody just tries to cut you off. So you can just say, hold it there, hold it, hold it, hold it. I have not finished as yet. Just hold, I have not finished. So, and you can, when you say that, automatically, because we've been taught in our nursery and KG classes, that means stop. So automatically our brain takes in the signal and we stop, right? So that is very, very important. Another thing that is very important is the 1 second pause. So when people of authority, when people who have already gained respect from others' talk, they use the 1 second pause method. What is that? That is they speak in a manner, and they don't rattle off. They just don't go rattling. If you listen to all the great speeches that have been made, if you listen to the great motivational speakers that are around us, you will see that they use a pause of a second or two when they are speaking. Now, why is that? Because they want their words to sink in. Yes, they want their words to sink in. They want the words to vibrate in your mind, and so that it stays with you. And when it stays with you, it shows that you are a person of confidence. And when you exhibit so much of confidence, it only shows that you deserve respect. Yes, so use that 1 second pause tactics when you are speaking. Do not rattle off. Speaking fast, speaking at length, speaking continuously, that is very different from the 1 second pause. You can speak at length at any amount of time that you want, but use the pause method. That way things will sink in, and you will also have a lot of control over whatever you are saying. Another important thing is never forget to compliment your competition, irrespective of whether your competition is a person, a company, another team, whatever it is. It is always, whenever you are speaking, it is very, very good to compliment your competition. Something like, yes, I've heard so and so speak on her channel, and I love her channel and I watch it wonderfully. I kind of beg to differ sometimes, but I do respect her a lot. Now, when you compliment your competition, what happens is this makes heads turn. I mean, what is she saying? She likes somebody else? I mean, she is complimenting the other our competitor for doing well. So that, and when you do that, it only shows that no matter how well the other person is, it only shows that I or we are better, and you have confidence. And like I said, confidence, trust, and respect always go hand in hand. All of us have shortcomings. There's not one person who doesn't have a shortcomings. Now, there are two ways to dealing with shortcomings. What could they be? First, you could either hide it or you could embrace it. Now, when you try to hide it, what happens is you become very conscious about it. And when you're conscious about something, trust me, it comes across to the person who's standing across you. So so the best thing to do, and most confident people, what they do is they try and embrace their shortcomings. And how do you embrace your shortcomings? There are two ways again to do it. Either you can kind of make a joke out of it, or say it in a matter-of-fact way. So for me, I'm a short person. So if I have to be funny about my height, I could say, come on, I'm a mouse amongst you elephants, so give me space. I need space to speak. Or I could be very matter-of-factly, I could just say that I should be standing in front, don't you think, that because I'm shorter than the others? So yes, and what happens when you embrace your shortcomings? When you embrace your shortcomings, it shows that even with your shortcomings, you're no lesser of a person than somebody else. You are as confident as a person in spite of knowing of your shortcomings, and it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect the person that you are, and that makes people respect you enormously. So it is something which works like magic, you know, when you talk about your shortcomings, irrespective of whatever post or how big you are or how elderly you are. So whenever you say about yourself and how what are the flaws that you have, and embrace it yourself, it shows that you are a very confident person. You are so confident in your skin. You are, and you have evolved over your shortcomings. So that is very, very important. So I said 2 parts right in the beginning. Second is your body language. So yes, what do I mean by body language? A lot of people talk about body language. Body language, yes. So when you are talking to somebody and you want to have that person's uninterrupted attention, remove all barriers. And by barriers I mean even that cup of coffee, your laptop, your mobile phone, very importantly, because you keep holding it in your hand. Yeah, even if it is like a piece of paper that you're holding in your hand, no, don't, because there should not be any barrier between you and the other person. There should not be any barrier between you and the audience. You will see most of these motivational speakers, they do not speak from behind a podium because they want that openness. I am open about everything, so I'm open to your ideas. So basically what I'm trying to say is, be open to my ideas. So I am open to receive anything that you have for me. So, and when you say that, it means that I am a very, very confident person, and I am open to your ideas also. It is not like I'm very confined or anything. So I am open to everything. So I respect you. So you be open too. So no barriers in between. So the next time, if you're working in a booth, like most of us do not stand up and talk over your booth to your colleague. Rather, walk out, go in front of your colleague and speak to him or her. That leaves a better impression. That will command respect. Never lose eye contact. Now this is something that I've spoken earlier also in my other videos. So eye contact is very, very important. Always hold your eye contact, whether you're speaking to one person, whether you're speaking to a group of people, whether you are speaking to an audience. Holding that eye contact is very, very important. It is like that wire that connects you to your audience. So hold that eye contact. Now if you're standing or if you are sitting, be relaxed and confident. Don't be confined. Be relaxed and confident. So if you are standing, lean forward. If you're sitting, lean backward. Use up as much of space as you can. I mean, spread your hands a little. A little asymmetrical way of standing or a little asymmetrical way of sitting is what I'm talking about, so that you occupy more amount of space. You see, we human beings are also animals and we are very territorial. So the more the amount of space that I occupy, what is the signal that is being given to the other? That means I have dominance, and when I have dominance, I command your respect. So sit in a manner that means you are extremely relaxed, you are extremely confident about what is happening, what is going to happen, and you are in control. This is your area. Most and last but not the least, if I have to talk about, non-reactive. So sometimes not reacting to what other people have to say will leave them like bonkers, because when they have said something extremely unpardonable and you do not react to it, you just keep holding that eye contact, they kind of calm down themselves. Sometimes they even take back what they are saying. So don't always reacting to things is not the right way. So I hope these tips that I've shared with you today, you use it in your daily life, you use it with your friends, and you achieve that amount of respect that you need to do. So I'll see you in my next video. Please do pour in your comments, and please, I would like to know what other topics you would like me to do my content on. So do take care. Good night. Thank you.